Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the High Ticket Coaching and Consultant Strategy and Growth Show. Now, if you listen to this anywhere else but within our private Facebook community called High Ticket Client Attraction Inside the Circle, definitely come check us out. We definitely love to have you. And that community was put together specifically for coaches, consultants, and service providers who are serious about getting up to that 6 and that 7-figure level. So if that's you, definitely come check us out. As you know, my name is Exus Justin, and today I'm pretty excited to introduce you to another one of the members of our community, Debra Michelle. Welcome, Debra.
Hi.
Great having you on here.
Nice to see you too.
Awesome, you're welcome. So Debra, tell myself and the rest of the community members, what is it that you do?
I coach on forgiveness on the soulful level, and I have a program that is 6 weeks of one-on-one mentorship and meditations and a deeper understanding of how to move forward happier and more peacefully by practicing forgiveness.
Okay, good, good. So before you before you started doing what you do here, what's your backstory? What did you do before?
I actually owned a brick and mortar business that did hair and makeup for photographers and weddings and such. And I still do, but with COVID-19, they've been a little slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always interested in energy healing and forgiveness and finding ways to apply that into day-to-day life that makes more sense because it can be such a not tangible experience. And I found a way to help apply that in people's lives and in my own. And that's what I teach now.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
so why forgiveness?
Because it's a very, very valuable tool to be able to apply to things that happen to you in life and things that have happened to you in the past. People sometimes have a misunderstanding of it, or it can be manipulated in a way that doesn't allow for full peace within yourself and around other people. And so forgiveness to me is a concept that can be applied to a broader scale for life, and it helps with facilitating anything else you're trying to do. Even in business, being able to forgive yourself for past mistakes or your partner maybe for not being so supportive, being able to forgive yourself for mistakes that you make, making peace with how you were raised or a divorce, finding a way to make peace through those. They start with choosing forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I focus exclusively on that, because
Yeah.
they all apply to everything broadly in life.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that most people have a hard time forgiving?
They have a hard time sometimes understanding kind of what the concept is or understanding how to apply it to past traumas that were inflicted by like another person, or understanding how to focus it exclusively within themselves so that they can practice it later and for other things that come up.
Mm-hmm.
But I've
Okay.
noticed, yeah, people do have a hard time sometimes with the concept of forgiving things and forgiving themselves.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because we have a misunderstanding of what relationships to ourselves and others can be, and that the human part of us will always make mistakes. But being able to absorb them through forgiveness allows you to continue to be who you are and more of who you are in the good aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Awesome. So with COVID-19 hitting you, you ultimately pivoted into doing what's,
Mhm.
do you feel like this is your purpose, what you're
Yeah.
doing at the moment?
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly what happened. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been a good change.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so fascinating because there's some people who are complaining how COVID-19 just ruined everything, right? I think my previous guest, she had a great concept, which is saying that when it comes to life, right, most people see things as this is the end, it's the end,
Yeah.
versus I realize most successful people and most individuals who do maybe live happier, better lives, better quality of lives, always come from a frame of, hey, it's not really what's going on now, but it's the thing it's leading you up into. It's based on whatever the shift is, be knowing that there's some positive meaning, or there's something positive coming out of it, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, not being able to apply forgiveness, it's very easy as somebody who owned a business deeply impacted by COVID to be angry about it and not just take it as for what is something you can't shift or change as a one person, but you can look at it differently and find something else to focus on that permits growth. And that is what, when forgiveness is applied appropriately, allows people to do.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's one skill, if you had to condense your entire life, everything you've been through up until this point, what's one sentence you could condense all that into if you had to?
Never stop learning.
Mhm. Never stop.
And yeah. And take each experience that comes your way and allow it to help you grow. It's either something you can run from or something you can learn from.
Mhm.
And some things are, there's always something to learn and there's always something to appreciate.
Yeah. And that is
Yeah.
so true, right? So there's a lot of people who they just get into what they do, whether it's life or whatever, almost like they know it all. They feel like I know every
Yeah.
single thing, and then you realize the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know, right?
Yep. It's very true. The more you're like, I really don't know anything about that.
It sounds like
It's always an interesting, That's always an interesting dichotomy for people who know it all and those who are like, no, you don't, because I don't either. Yeah.
when you see how vast the universe is and vast ideas and all these different things, so you start realizing like, man, like we barely we've barely scratched just a scratch in the grand scheme of things that are out there. Love it, love it. Okay, good. So what's one habit, are there any, what's one habit you say you practice that's really helped you get to where you are today?
For my practice as far as
Just as far as business wise.
oh
Mhm.
one of the better things that I already had knowledge of it in place when I started Soulful Forgiveness was how to build my own website, how to do social media marketing, and where to sign up, what business licenses and such to apply for,
Mhm.
and how they operate, how to set that kind of stuff up. So when I ventured into this, I already knew most of those types of things from having done it before.
Mhm.
I do get a lot of clients obviously online, and so that didn't feel stranger to me or foreign at all in any respect, so to speak, because I was kind of familiar with how to get out and talk to people and mention what I was interested in and get all of that set up that way.
Mhm. Would you say
Yeah,
you're just you're not marketing is just something you get intuitively?
that intuitively,
Yeah, marketing.
yeah, yeah, definitely you can do some marketing intuitively for sure.
Hmm.
Like, and when something says, try this and you do, and it didn't quite work, you can ask your intuition again, well, what do I need to try this time?
Hmm.
Or is it something, do I need to change pictures? Do I need to focus on another person or another group of people? And that helps a lot too,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, good. So you've used the word intuition quite a few times. So tell me, what's how do you define intuition?
That gut feeling
Hmm.
when you're a small child and you touch the hot stove and therefore after anytime something's hot, your reaction, that's part of your intuition and your mind set to protect you. And they work, to me, hand in hand, your mind and your intuition. Your mind will always want to protect you and your intuition will offer a new idea. So it's okay to balance those two together.
Hmm.
And yeah, because you could take what you already know to be true and apply something new to it that came as a spark of an idea, which
Yeah.
is your intuition. It's new ideas, intuition, and your mind can help you put those into practice and into a more like into a physical thing, like you can make something that way.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Now, what about your vision? What are you currently working towards at the moment?
I am booking my next set of students for Soulful Forgiveness. I can take about 10 at a time.
Hmm.
And you get one-on-one mentorship every week with me, and then access to a private group and all of the meditations and lessons on how to apply what I teach.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's
Now,
my next big goal.
Yeah. With a meditation, is meditation something that's a part of your daily routine?
Yes.
Hmm. How long, what got you so into meditation?
The ability to be able to calm my own mind
Hmm.
and to connect with my deeper purpose in myself and what I would like to continue to do with my life.
Hmm.
Meditation is hugely impacted me in a positive way, and
Hmm.
I recommend it often to people, even if it's just a matter of being able to close your mind down for a minute during your lunch break. Just the ability to, it creates a stronger mind and a better sense of purpose and what it is that you're looking for. And
Yeah.
yeah, and when you pick a focused meditation on, money or exercise or anything, that just helps your mind come back to this is what we're working towards in the bigger picture
Hmm.
without getting too stressed out about it. So yeah, I'm big on meditation for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely had my fair share of meditation as I've gone on my journey as well. So I think the best one for me was just the silent meditation. So it's like you just sit and just try to calm the mind, right? So I
Mhm.
had one of my coaches to kind of help me through that process. And the first couple of weeks were like, what am I doing? Like, what is going on? I gotta do something. I gotta, why? Why am I doing this? It was like the most painful thing. But after several weeks went by, it's like, I found it was one of the most valuable pieces, additions to my day, because it was almost like before when I thought about how I kind of approach life, business, everything, there was this chaos, all these different things. But getting into the whole silent meditation, being able to come from a place of quiet in my mind, it felt like, whoa, this is freedom. This feels really good.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
mhm.
And visualizing meditation that involves visualization can really help a lot of those types of things too, I found. So
Yeah.
my meditations in my program are a little bit of both,
Hmm.
being able to quiet your mind and move into a more peaceful place for yourself.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Now, do you have guided meditations as well too?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're in the program. I've never separated them, but that might be something I think about later. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
all, mm-hmm,
Okay,
they're
good,
all
good.
woven. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, what about the ideal client for you? For you, who are these individuals you find are ideal for your programs, and what is that you do?
An ideal client for me is somebody who is already open to the idea of change. Some people aren't, and if you're not open to the idea of change, forgiveness can't help you because you have to be willing to accept the changes that come with letting go of old pain. And so, a person who's already open to the idea of that is somebody I talk to. I also talk to them directly on the phone a few times before we sign up to see if we're a good match. Because sometimes, especially for something that personal and intense, you need to make sure that the person you're working with is someone you're comfortable with and someone who falls into the right categories of things you're looking for in a coach or a healer or a mentor of some kind. And for me, when you can talk to someone, you can get a nice feel for where they're at and if they're ready to step into a pretty intense shift in themselves. It's like you were saying with the meditation that made you uncomfortable. When you move into shifting some old beliefs like that, it shakes you up a lot, and you might not be ready at that particular time, but maybe in 6 months when your life's got a little less intensity going on in it as well. So those are my ideal clients, is somebody that's definitely ready to accept change and is prepared to commit to something that can get a little intense at times.
Hmm. Awesome. Now, what about based on kind of where you are right now? What's the core thing? I know you said forgiveness is one of the pieces you really figured out. What are there any other core, whether you could call them principles or foundational pieces that's really like it's the premise of how you approach your life, business and stuff like that?
There is a Reiki mantra that says, to just for today, I will go about my work honestly. And that is one that has stuck with me ever since the first time I heard it. And it goes deeper than just not stealing from your boss. It's more working within your intentions and being as honest as you can and being as focused as possible on the work you want to do in this life and for other people. That one's definitely a big piece for me.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, good, good. So what's your in terms of I take it that you're pretty big into the spiritual realm, right?
Hmm.
What's you mentioned Reiki. What else? What other have you studied any other
I am a
med-
certified, yes, I'm a certified Reiki master, which means I can teach Reiki to others and give them the attunements, which I have done and I still do. And I've done Kundalini training through the Ascension Academy. And I've completed several other meditations here and there from different people, Susanna Kennedy, Christy Marie Sheldon. Some of those ones have been really big and impactful in helping me find my purpose and create the program that I'm talking about now.
Mhm.
Most definitely, yeah. So those are definitely some more of the practices that I've gotten into. And I can't say I've ever really followed one specifically for days up for, permanently, because I think they all are valuable in their own way, because each person brings something that another one didn't, that for each individual makes a bigger whole for that individual to keep following.
Fine.
So, yeah.
Okay, good. And what really excites you and fires you up about what it is that you do?
Helping people helping people find more peace, helping people understand that you don't have to stay in the victim mode of pain for the rest of your life. If you are ready to move forward, you can. And it doesn't mean that you'll ever, not experience it again, but you'll have tools to make it less traumatizing and less of a painful, drawn out experience in the future. And I love knowing that I get to help people shift from painful and traumatic experiences for them to a better, more peaceful place, so that when they're moving forward, all the other people they meet don't accidentally get a dose of their unhappiness.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, good, good.
that's what excites me too about it.
Yeah, awesome. Love it, love it. Now, if someone wanted to connect, if someone said, wow, this is some pretty cool stuff Deborah has going on, then I'd definitely love to learn more. If they wanted to connect, what's the best way for someone to be able to reach out?
They can go to my website and email me, and that is Soulful Forgiveness. Or they can go to the type form, which has it's in the links here. And on LinkedIn, I can also receive messages on the type form as well.
Hmm.
And the type form is just a couple of questions to see, are you ready? Are you not? And a regular email is just fine too.
Okay, good. What about, do you have any resources on your website?
Yes, I do. There's ways to connect with me, and there's some more information about the private Facebook group that I have for people interested in learning more about forgiveness and my program. There's some fun stuff in there too. I'm in there often enough to offer advice and other things as well. And I think I do have a Reiki. I do have my Reiki website as well, and you can contact me through there too.
Yeah. What's the name of your Facebook group?
The name of my Facebook group is The Path to Soulful Forgiveness.
Awesome. And guys, if you listen to this interview on the live or the replay, number one, leave us a comment below just so we know that you're tuning in. And the second thing
Mhm.
is with Deborah, to connect with her, all the links you just mentioned will be either above or below this video. So you can click and get connected right to her. Awesome, Deborah. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to show up here and share with
Absolutely.
myself, yeah, and the
Yeah.
community what you do. Do you have any final thoughts before we end?
If this feels right for you, let me know, and I would love to work with you.
Mhm. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Well, hey, thanks again. We'll talk soon. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank